So as promised, I am back with my the top five things that I absolutely love about LimeLight. So these are in no particular order because it's really hard for me to choose just five things and to put them into words, basically. So first is that LimeLight is not a company that just decided to start and to go into the direct sales market. They are 60-year beauty experts, industry experts, that have taken the best of the best and they have brought these professional products that were once originally only available to like professional makeup artists, and they have brought them to the general public. So they have taken like the best of the products that they offer through Alcone, who's their parent company, which is a company that is in New York. And these are products that were used and are used by professional makeup artists on celebrities, models, Broadway actors and actresses. So these products are not something that have been developed or not something that are still in development or still, being kind of are going through test runs to see what works, what doesn't. So that I find really cool because it's not something that is, an experiment. It's something that is tried and true and that people and professional makeup artists have loved. The next thing is the team effort and the collaboration, just the sense of community that we get through LimeLight. The team that I was on previously with my previous company was great, don't get me wrong, but once people hit a certain rank, they were gone. They basically separated from the team and they had their own team and did all of their trainings and everything through that particular group, which is fine. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but with LimeLight, people still separate. So they still go off, they have their own groups, but all of the leaders that we have are willing and they do trainings in our main team groups. So we have even our top leaders do trainings for the entire company or for multiple teams that aren't necessarily completely just under them. So we have teams all over the place doing trainings for each other, and everybody's just been so supportive. I mean, I was extremely worried about just my transition to LimeLight, just because I wasn't really sure what to expect. You can get a general idea of how things will go based on the mentor that you choose to go with, or the one that you've been following. So you do get a little bit of an idea, but you still don't really know what to expect. So I was really surprised just by how welcoming everybody was, how supportive they all are, and we literally have girls that are available 24/7 to answer any questions that we have, and just to overall just be there and to support us and to push us when we need it the most. So I really love that. Everybody is willing to share ideas and to share what works, what doesn't work, different ideas of ways to grow your business and to grow yourself. So I mean, with LimeLight, personal development has been a huge thing, and that's not necessarily something that was pushed so heavily with other companies that that I've seen and that I've been with. The third thing is the quality of the products. I mean, hands down, the quality is so much better than a lot of the other products that I've used in the past, which makes it so much easier to use and to promote and to just share my love of them, just because the pigmentation of the makeup is higher, the coverage is obviously better because of that, and they last so much longer throughout the day so that you don't have to reapply it so often. And another big thing that's huge for me that I absolutely love with LimeLight is that they encourage collaboration. They encourage you to use what works for you. Because, I mean, let's face it, not everything works for everybody, and there will be products that will work better for some people than others. So if there's something that, LimeLight has that, doesn't necessarily work for you, it's okay to use something different, and you're not like looked down upon for that or criticized for that, whereas in the past, I have seen something completely different. So I have seen people ripped apart for, promoting or sharing something other than their own product, to the general public, which is just crazy. So it just really goes to show that, collaboration is okay, and that it's okay to not use or love everything that your company offers. And I mean, I'll be honest, everything that I've tried so far, I've loved, But there are things that don't necessarily work for me as well as other products. Like my primer, for instance, I love their spray primer, but it doesn't necessarily work for me, so I'll use that in accordance with, or I will just use the Makeup Forever mattifying primer instead, because that's just what works for me, because I have really oily skin. And like for my brows, I love using LimeLight's powder, but I also love Anastasia Beverly Hills products as well, because I love how they apply, how they last. It's just an overall good quality of product, so I use it. And that's okay for me to share that, because it's not something that I have to worry about, receiving criticism for later, through my team or my uplines or anything like that. Fourth is the comp plan. We are definitely paid our worth, and that's not something that a lot of people can say. The comp plan was, without going into too much detail, it was written to make millionaires out of everybody. If you are willing to work and you're willing to show up and to work your business, you will succeed and you will go far and do great things with LimeLight. So that also is huge, because, let's face it, if you have a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 5 or whatever it is, you're not necessarily paid what you're worth. You're paid what somebody else says that you're worth, which is, again, crazy. If companies paid every employee that they had what those employees were worth, they'd go bankrupt. There's no way that they could afford to pay people what they're truly worth. And so that's what I really love about LimeLight, is that you are paid what you're worth and what you're willing to work for. This is not an easy business. Direct sales is not easy. LimeLight is not easy. Nothing about this is easy. But again, if you are willing to work and willing to put in the time, it'll pay off tenfold in the end. So the fifth and the last thing, and this is actually probably the biggest for me, is just the confidence that it has brought to me and that it has helped me to see and to realize that I do have. I have hit so many personal milestones in this business, and the short couple of months that I've spent here, I have done so many things that I never thought that I would do and that I could never see myself doing, which is big, which is huge for me. So aside from everything else, the fact that I've been able to hit these milestones and to hit, personal things goals that I've set for myself has been a really big deal for me. I was having a conversation with my husband just the other day, and one of the things that he said to me was, this is probably the first time that you've ever truly loved yourself. And I got to thinking about that, and he is so right. This is probably one of the first times in my life that I have felt confident and that I have truly loved the person that I am, and not, dwelled on all of the things that I'm not. So LimeLight has really helped me with that, and just really helped me to realize, a lot of things that I hadn't realized before. So that's my quick top 5. If you have any questions at all, please let me know, and I'd be happy to talk to you. But otherwise, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot.